Holy fucking shit. This was hell, you know. But when you can come back from hell, you will have gotten stronger, so. Mudkeep! Okie dokie, so today we are day number 150, which is, it's not quite the 5-month mark, but I figured I would just do an update. So this is just my regular physique, you know, in natural lighting from the window. And first of all, let's do a weight update before doing a bit of flexing. I was stuck at like 72 to 73 kilos, like constantly after the 50-kilometer run, and I couldn't get it up. I mean, in the weight sense, at all. Like, and then in the last 2 days, for some reason, I bloated like 1 kilo almost to 73.85 kilos this morning. So almost 74 kilos. I don't know why that's happening. I'm just feeling sluggish and bloated, but I'm just, going along with the flow, you know, because when it comes to weight, I think it's important to weigh yourself daily, but you shouldn't care about the number on a daily basis. So for me, I just see on like a 4-week trend that I've lost weight compared to last weigh-in. Last weigh-in, I was like 73.2 kilos or something, and I haven't hit 73 kilos in a couple of weeks, except for these last couple of days where suddenly, you know, for some reason, my weight bounced up by more than a kilo. But, you know, I'm gonna just see how that evolves in the next couple of days and basically keep eating food because, you know, I can run however much I want as long as I gain weight. So that's the most important part. But anyway, let's do some flexing. I guess let's start with the legs a little bit. So, I mean, the legs, I think they're coming along nicely. So there is a bit of muscle on there. Nothing too crazy yet, but especially in the hamstrings, you know, I feel like there is some meat coming along now that I'm actually starting to get some volume on the Nordic curls. So yeah, that's very nice. And then let's see. Yeah, I still have a bit of abs, which is nice too, but nothing too crazy. It's not as shredded as I used to be. And the difficult thing about these poses is I can't see myself while I'm doing them. But all in all, I would say just each time, you know, getting a little bit bigger. I mean, of course, I'm not taking any gear, so I don't expect any fast changes after 9 years of training. But still, you know, not too shabby. I feel like I've gained some size, so very happy with that. And you know, let's get back to the weight thing. Today I have a planche training, which, well, if I say it like that, it doesn't say like I'm about to talk about the weight thing. But what I mean by that is, well, it's gonna be a fucking heavy planche training, right? And I feel less energized as previous time when I did my planche presses. But I feel like, you know, sometimes, even though you feel like shit, you can go for a hard training, you know, it's not only a physical thing, the training part, it's also mental. And if you can like improve upon your last training, even though you felt like shit, you know, even though you gained randomly 1 kilo and you feel bloated and tired, if you can then fucking, you know, improve upon your training, that's going to be a confidence boost, right? And for me, right, like this, yesterday I had the same situation with leg day and I took it easy. But today, you know, I feel like I'm quite close to the planche goal. So if I can give it that last push, you know, it's gonna be crazy, right? It's gonna be a confidence boost. And when I rest up, I think I just might have the energy to do 20 seconds of planche. So I'm gonna kind of ignore my body signals. That's that are telling me not to go too hard, but just, you know, try and get like 20 planche presses with 2 kilos on my feet. Get some good volume in. Get some longer sets in with the band assistance, do everything in my power basically to improve upon last training and go for it anyway, It might not be the smartest idea, but let's say I fail today's training, right? Let's say I don't get to 20 presses. And to be honest, there is a realistic chance of not getting to 20 presses because that's fucking insane. Last time I did 15 and I had a hard time already. But even if it doesn't work out right, get it, work out? I'm sorry. Even if I don't succeed in getting the 20 presses, I mean, if you try and give it your all, right? And let's say I only get to 15, right? Which is the same as last time. I still know that 3 days ago, I just did 15 presses. I still know that today, I gave my all, I felt like shit, and I did that anyway. Like, there is some power left in my body. And I feel like if I can put it to use, it's only gonna benefit me mentally. And physically, it might not be the smartest choice. That's something I'll find out after the training. But, people forget that training is, half physical, half mental. And if you have something that you really want to try and you're not in optimal conditions to do it, maybe you should just give it a go. Of course, rest is also very important, right? Rest is super important. But sometimes, your mind is telling you that you're not done yet. Your mind is telling you that you have something to do. And when you then try to ignore that voice, you soothe yourself by saying, oh no, I should stay in bed, I'm tired and this and that. You might listen to that one voice telling you to rest, but the other voice, that's telling you to train, to work out, it's gonna be there and it's gonna stay there even when you're going to bed and trying to get rest, right? When you're trying to get your good night's sleep, after the day, and that voice is there in your head telling you that you fucking skipped yourself, that you cheated yourself, your sleep is not going to be that good because you're talking to yourself, right? So sometimes you just have to put it at ease, listen to your mind instead of your body, right? And just go for it. And that's what I'm going to do today. And yeah, if you have a situation like that, right, where you think like, oh, fuck, I want to train, I really want to try something, but I don't feel like it, well, consider doing it anyway. Because, worst things worst, you don't succeed and you rest up and you try again. Big fucking deal, right? I mean, I hope that you are gonna keep training for years to come, so you have all the time that you have. So yeah, that's it for today's morning talk, today's weight update. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna head upstairs and do some fucking, yeah, a warm up first, of course, but do some planche presses. And let's see how it goes. Okay, let's get this party started. I don't know how it's gonna go, but I only care about one thing, and that's reaching 20. I don't care how it happens, it's gonna happen. Fuck! I'm way weaker than before. Fuck! Alright. Down to one press. 6 sets to go. Whatever it takes. Right, babe? Comment if you know that reference. But yeah, today's feeling heavy as shit. But I know my form is bad as well. It's worse than last time. But I just gotta take pride in the fact that I'm not choosing the easy way out. I have all the reason right now to say I'm gonna quit this fucking training. But I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna fucking do it, no matter what it takes. And then afterwards, care about the recovery, forced rest on the next training, whatever, right? Whatever it takes, again. But now, I just gotta get over this mental fucking hurdle of doing all these planche presses. And, it's not gonna be a perfect training, it's not gonna be good form. So, is it even a PR? I guess not. But I can take revenge on this later on. For now, sometimes you just gotta get through shit, Be able to push yourself and say to yourself that you've done it. So that's what I'm aiming for right now. This is not a training anymore about, getting good at the planche. This is just a training of telling myself that I can fucking do it and that I can reach greater heights if I want to. And if you have trainings like that, don't skip on those, because you might win some comfort by quitting your fucking training, but you're losing something of yourself. You're gonna have to not rehab or recover from your physical training, but rather from your mental failure. So let's push through this shit, boys. That's 19. One more. Ah! 20. Holy fucking shit. This was hell, But when you can come back from hell, you will have gotten stronger. So let's move on to the next exercise. Mud keep. Okay, so my forearms, my shoulders are so fucking cooked. I don't even feel like doing forearm accessories today, because that's just how much strain is on these bad boys. I guess they have gotten enough of a stimulus today, but what I will do is, I noticed during the planche presses that I did bend my arms a little bit oftentimes. So just to get some more straight arm work in, I'm gonna do an accessory here. My biceps are my weak point. So just some stuck planche in the supinated planche, right, will activate my biceps more. It will allow me to do some straight arm work, just some fucking holds, right? And I don't know how long I'm gonna do these holds, because I never do this exercise. I don't know what I'm capable of, but I'm not gonna go to the maximum. That's what I can tell you for sure. I'm just gonna, have a timer running, one that ticks every second so that I can count. And when it starts burning, I'll stop. And I'll just do that for a couple sets, maybe 2 sets, maybe 3 sets. But this is gonna give me a good activation. It's gonna give me a good sense of straightening my arms. And just all in all, be a good finisher for this workout. Because the main work, as you might have been able to tell, it's done, alright? I'm fucking finished with the planche presses. That sucked fucking balls. But we did it, right? And sometimes that's all you need to aim for, to be able to say that you did it. So let's go. All right. Whew. There's a balance problem as well. I am kinda happy to be able to see a hamstring popping out when I do the tuck planche, but that's besides the point. Let's do one last set here. I'm doing 20 seconds, so I guess it's perfect for my goal of 20 seconds of full planche when it comes to the endurance level. But it's not very hard, so it will be a good stimulus to just calm down the body. It's like a little cool down, instead of a finisher, I'm doing a little cool down. because I was completely finished already with those presses. So let's go, last set. Okay, so just a quick heads up. Maybe don't do this kind of training if you're in preparation for a competition, a few weeks out. Yes, bad form training can be good sometimes, but if you're training for a competition, perhaps, ramping up the volume, there should be some control over your form. It can be a bit worse, but not as bad as I did today. I will tell you that. And, I'm not training for any competition. I don't have any activities planned. Basically, I'm a fucking monk, right? I do this training by myself. I do it to challenge myself. And today the fucking challenge was to overcome whatever I'm fucking feeling, right? Whatever reason caused me to bloat over 1 kilos, whatever reason caused me to be this fucking tired. Today the challenge was to overcome that stuff. And well, while the form wasn't perfect in the slightest, while the energy wasn't there like it was last time, I fucking did it, and that's what make that stuff makes me fucking happy. I often tell people that you should enjoy your fucking training, right? And trainings like these that are so super hard but also feel super rewarding, I like them so fucking much. I might like them even more than the training that everything goes as planned and you get your big PR. Maybe I prefer this shit, because this stuff it will drag you down and you have to climb back up. And when you're climbing back up, when you're recovering from trainings like these, it feels amazing because, right now all of my power is fucking drained, but I'll have some food. I'll try to sleep as much as possible in the coming days and I will just feel the power seeping back into me. I will start thinking of plans, and instead of thinking, holy fucking shit, that training was hard, I will, gradually start thinking in the direction of, holy shit, I can't fucking wait for the next one. I mean, the next one, I'm gonna do some forced rest. I'm gonna force myself to do it lighter, but holy shit, I am looking forward to the future. I can tell you that much. And when you are doing your training, right, you want to make sure that you're looking forward to the future. You want to make sure that it's not a drag to get to the gym or get to your fucking training or whatever, right? You wanna feel like it's a reward because it is a reward. It's a reward that you can fucking move your body around and do some crazy shit, right? And even if it's not to competition standard, who cares? You have always yourself to compete with, and you make up the rules. So as long as you're getting better in some area, I say go for it. Keep fucking training. Keep training harder than last time. And it's important to know to be aware of that stuff, right? Because training is not this 1 month or 1 week or 1 month or 2 month or even 3 month adventure, right? Not even a 1 year adventure. In the ideal case, you start to love your training so much that you're gonna do it for your entire life, right? Because you fucking love doing it. And then right now, when you're a bit younger, you can do your training and get as strong as possible. But also when you get older, right? You keep doing it, you try to maintain what you have, and you're gonna be the fittest fucking grandpa in the world. That's kind of how you want to approach this stuff. You want to keep it exciting so that you can continue it forever. That's kind of the beauty of it, right? There is always some room, like something you can grow in, and like I said, even if it's not a certain competition, you can do it for yourself. So today it was not I don't think it was an effective flash training. It was not bad, right? But it's not optimal to say the least. But hey, I got a fucking amazing stimulus to my shoulders. I'm gonna recover like a madman and get some shoulder tissue, get some forearm tissue, get some bicep tissue, right? Placed on these like some armor plating and basically continue from there. So that's it for today's workout. I'm gonna have a shower, have some breakfast, and get the recovery going because once this stuff is dealt with, we are close or even at 20 seconds. I am damn sure of it. 17.5 seconds was my previous PR. I'm already stronger than that. I don't care what anyone says. I know for myself I am stronger than that. And there's only 2.5 seconds in between 17.5 and 20 seconds. So we are bound to get that stuff soon enough. So yeah, exciting things to come. Now let's just, like I said, have a shower first. I'll see you tomorrow for a pool day. Yes.